my buddy Rick. He's the maker. We're in Estacada, Oregon, and he's a fabricator.
Who's that we're going to be cutting out later?
That's my neighbor. That's the neighbor lady.
There's the neighbor lady.
Check it out. But Rick's a friend of mine. I've known him for about 10 years. He builds hot rods and all sorts of custom stuff. He's got a blown alcohol race car. I think it's his dad's. Now, I don't know if he inherited that yet or not.
No, hopefully not.
He's the go-to guy when we need something really trick done, because he's got everything to do it with. As you can see,
how long's he been doing this, Jim?
He's been doing this for 40 years now, isn't it?
40 years.
And you've known him about 10.
I've known him about 10. I used to be his neighbor, lived over yonder, just a hop, skip, and a jump.
But he's got something going on with drag racing or something, doesn't he?
Well, I think he does.
I work for NHRA as a tech inspector, and that's kind of a sideline job. This is my mainstay, race cars and hot rods.
This is your passion.
Yes, by far.
All right.
Any kind of fabrication you want. This is going to be a restaurant piece for a friend of his.
Rick, tell us a little bit about what you got going on with this metal woman here. Did the wife get on your nerves? Or
yeah.
She's still around? Where's the shovel? See if it's got wet soil on it.
Trying to build a replacement.
All right.
Actually, this is going to be Molly. She's going to be the little statue in Salvador Molly's restaurant over in off Barber Boulevard, Capitol Highway. They came to me to build a little artwork on a handrail, and I did that a couple years ago, and then they just came back and wanted to build Molly, who's going to be their team kind of captain, what they put out front to wave at people and stuff.
The restaurant mascot. In production.
That's the word I was looking for.
Hey, what about this this tow truck over here? What is this, Rick?
This is a 1941 Ford cab over, kind of what they call a CO, cab over engine pickup truck. It's going to be set up for just show and go more than anything. Not a real tow truck. Although everything works, the owner bought it to take it to parades and put in his fleet of show cars and stuff. It's got a Chevy chassis under it with all the late model disc brakes, power steering. Rides like a Cadillac, but looks like yours.
Oh yeah, there's a little bit of cleanliness going on under there.
I noticed that.
Yeah, I've got a truck just like this at home. The frame, engine, and everything's all spotless, and the body looks like heck.
Yeah. Well, that's what it's here for, is for me to fix all the body. We're going to pull the cab off and get rid of all the rust and the dents, and then it'll go in for paint. Right now I'm rebuilding, as you can see, the rear end of it. It had some pretty bad looking stuff that happened when they were towing, I'm sure.
Huh. Can you show us a couple of your projects you got going in here?
Yeah, this car here is a car that I built from scratch. I built all the chassis, all the roll cage. Basically, it came to me as a shell. This is a customer's up in Vancouver, Washington. It's going to be a race car. It was a street car when he first came to me and had the body shell, and then wanted to race it and needed to have it certified with NHRA for 850s, which is about 165 miles an hour in the quarter. So everything you see in it that's steel colored is all brand new that I built. Anything that's painted I also built. The body is the only thing in primer that came to me when the car started.
So you welded all this frame up and everything here?
Yeah, frame, cross member steering, roll cage, basically everything.
Rear end too?
Yeah, rear end I narrowed a 9-inch out of a Lincoln Continental. I built all the hinges for the body because there was no hinges to be found for it. Made all the frame.
That is some nice work, Rick.
Wheel tubs, just about everything. Very cool.
Very nice welds too.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty nice car.
Here's another beast he's working on.
This one here's a 40 Ford. It's going to be strictly a street car. You can't see much in here, but I had to rebuild a whole set of headers for it because it's got a Chevelle suspension with power steering. And
You build headers from scratch.
yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Check out the suspension and the disc brakes he put on this puppy.
Yeah, it's all late model Chevelle, so that its handleability will be for a big car, which a 40 Ford is fairly good size, but not too big.
Nice work.
That's another car that came to me about 3 weeks ago. It had no top on it. The visor was all ratty. These cars come with a lot of wood in it. Part of my job is I get rid of all the wood and weld stuff in steel, make it solid. We did all this, got it all finished off. It's ready for the body guy now. Put a top in it. And as you know, the tops are radius this way and this way, so it takes a little English wheel magic to make them look good.
And how long have you been working with the English wheel, Rick?
Several years I've had one. I did a little bit when I was in school and with my dad, and then off and on throughout. This is a deck lid that I built. The guy couldn't find a deck lid.
So you made it from scratch?
I made this from scratch.
That's awesome.
It's all just sheet metal and tubing. Made a hinge kit for it, and then just recently had to rehang all the suspension because it wasn't in correctly. So where you see the new welding and the new sheet metal and stuff down there, that's all stuff we've done. And underneath they got some pretty nice little brackets that we use to hang the rears on. And I don't get into the finished bodywork and paint or wiring or upholstery, but anything that has to do with the steel and metal is kind of my passion.
So Rick's going to be our fabricator. He's the guy to go to when we need something built out of metal and we need it welded right and we need it built right. As far as making it pretty, that's someone else's job.
There you go. That's the Autobahn.
Nice work, Rick.
That's good.
Oh!